I hear it before I understand it. My brother's laugh carries through the private lounge door, warm and careless. The kind of laugh men have when they feel safe, when they believe nothing in the room can touch them. I slow my steps without meaning to. Haven't you been dating someone lately? Aiden asks. It's been a while. Why don't you bring her around? My hand tightens around my clutch. There's a pause, just long enough for my chest to tense. Then Caleb speaks. She's not my girlfriend, he says easily. Just someone to bide my time. The words don't hit all at once. They slide into me, quiet and precise, like a blade meant to cut without making noise. I'm not planning to marry her. Something inside my body goes very still. I don't gasp. I don't cry. I don't even move. I stand there, inches from the door, while my entire life rearranges itself around a sentence I was never meant to hear. A pastime. 3 years of whispered conversations, of waiting, of canceled plans and hidden hands and excuses that always sounded reasonable because I loved him. Someone laughs inside the room. Caleb laughs too. It's not that deep, he adds. Not that deep. I step back before anyone opens the door. Before Aiden sees me. Before Caleb realizes what he's done. I walk down the hallway like my body still belongs to me. In the bathroom, I lock myself into a stall and press my fist to my mouth. No sound comes out. I think about the first night he kissed me behind the university library. How nervous he was, how he'd said, just for now, let's keep it quiet. I think about how I agreed, because I was 20 and in love and believed quiet meant temporary. I think about every birthday where I smiled too hard. Every time I told myself this is enough. I don't know how long I stay there before I hear my name. Isla? Caleb? My stomach turns violently. He sounds irritated first. Concern comes later, like an afterthought. Open the door. I unlock it because I've always unlocked doors for him. He looks relieved when he sees me. Not worried, relieved. There you are, he says. You disappeared. You didn't notice, I say. He exhales like I've inconvenienced him. Can we not do this here? My hands are shaking. You just told my brother I don't exist. His jaw tightens. You weren't supposed to hear that. The words hurt more than the truth itself. You don't deny it, I whisper. He rubs his face. You know how these things are. My family, Aiden, it's complicated. I am not complicated, I say. I loved you. His phone rings. I know the sound. I know the pause. I know the way his expression softens before he even looks at the screen. Juliet. He doesn't try to hide it. I have to take this, he says. I stare at him. You're not serious. He hesitates, just long enough for hope to flare. Then he answers. Hey, he says gently, already turning away. Yeah, I'm here. He walks down the hallway, his voice low and affectionate, like the man I thought was mine never existed. I don't follow him. I don't chase him. I stand there and finally let myself cry. He doesn't call that night, or the next morning. It's our anniversary. 3 years since he asked me to be his girlfriend, quietly, urgently, like the secrecy was romantic instead of what it really was. I stay in bed all day, staring at the ceiling, replaying his words until they feel carved into my bones. A pastime. When Aiden knocks on my door, I wipe my face and tell him I'm tired. You sure? He asks. You don't look great. I'm fine. The lie tastes familiar. Caleb's throwing a welcome home party for Juliet tomorrow, he adds casually. You coming? The room tilts. Sure, I say. I get dressed the next night slowly. I take out the diamond bracelet Caleb gave me last year. Heavy, cold. He said it was an investment. I didn't even like diamonds. I wear it anyway. I choose a green dress because he once said my eyes looked dangerous in that color. At the party, everything gleams. Flowers, music, laughter. Juliet is radiant, blonde, blue-eyed, untouchable. She hugs me. Isla, you look gorgeous. So do you. Caleb stands beside her, his hand already on her waist. He did all this for me, Juliet gushes. Even the dessert table. He remembered everything I loved from traveling. My ears ring. Does he visit you often? I ask softly. She smiles. Once a month. Once a month. My birthday flashes in my mind, the chocolate lava cake. How I smiled through it, even though I hated chocolate. How I told myself it didn't matter because he was trying. How nice of him, I say. He's such a great boyfriend. Juliet laughs. He really is. I walk away before my knees give out. At the bar, I down my drink and head outside, needing air. I rip the bracelet from my wrist and throw it. It hits someone's chest. Strong hands catch my arms before I can stumble. Careful, a deep voice says. I look up. Emerson Langford. He's older, taller, calm in a way that makes my chest ache. He looks at my face like he sees something wrong. Before I can speak, Caleb storms out. What the hell are you doing? He snaps at me. Throwing away what you already did, I say. Juliet appears behind him. Caleb? Headlights blaze. Juliet steps forward. Caleb shoves me hard enough that I lose my balance, grabbing her and pulling her back. I hit the pavement. My knee splits open. My head cracks against the ground. Pain explodes. I taste blood. Caleb is already holding Juliet, whispering to her, his body curved protectively around hers. He doesn't look at me, not once. Arms wrap around me, steady and strong. Emerson. I've got you, he says urgently. Stay with me. As the world blurs, I understand something with horrifying clarity. Some men will protect the woman they love. Others will push you into the street to save her. And I was never meant to be chosen. I tell Aiden I tripped. I tell him it was stupid, clumsy, my fault. I tell him I didn't see the curb, didn't feel steady in my heels, didn't realize how fast the car was coming. He looks at the bandage on my knee, the faint bruise blooming along my jaw. You sure? He asks. Positive. He doesn't believe me, but he doesn't press. That's the thing about my brother. He's protective, but he trusts me. And I use that against him because loving Caleb has trained me to lie smoothly. Caleb doesn't come by the next day, or the day after that. When he finally texts, it's short. You okay? Last night got messy. No apology, no explanation, no acknowledgement that he put his hands on me and shoved. I stare at the message until my eyes burn. Then I type back. I'm fine, because that's what I always say. He shows up 3 nights later, like nothing happened. No warning, no call. Just the familiar knock at my door that makes my stomach tighten instead of flutter. I open it anyway. He looks relieved to see me standing, whole, breathing. Hey, he says. Hey. He steps inside like he still belongs here. He always does. You scared me, he says, as if he's allowed to claim that emotion. You disappeared. I laugh softly. I was pushed into the street, Caleb. His jaw tightens. I didn't mean... You meant to save her. He doesn't deny it. I panicked, he says. You understand that, right? I shouldn't. I do. He touches my waist, tentative now, like he's testing whether I'll let him. I let him. Because I'm broken. Because part of me still wants him to look at me like I matter. Because knowing the truth doesn't kill love. It just poisons it. When he kisses me, it doesn't feel like desire. It feels like habit. Like something I'm afraid to lose, even though it's already gone. I don't cry until after. He sleeps beside me, arm heavy over my waist, breathing even and unconcerned. I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how long I've been letting myself disappear for him. I run into Emerson at a cafe 2 days later. I don't expect the way my body reacts to him, how my shoulders tense, how my pulse jumps. He notices immediately. You okay? He asks. I nod too fast. Yeah. His gaze drifts to my knee, still bandaged, then to my face. You don't look fine. I am. He studies me like he doesn't believe in surface answers. Want to sit? He asks. I should say no. I sit anyway. We talk about nothing. Work, coffee, his father's obsession with optics and marriages and appearances. My dad wants to set Juliet up with someone appropriate, he says dryly. He doesn't think Caleb fits. The irony makes me nauseous. I'm guessing he has opinions about you too, I say. Emerson smiles faintly. Always. When I stand to leave, he hesitates. If you ever need... I'm okay, I say quickly. I don't want help. I want relief. The first time Emerson touches me, it's an accident. We're leaving another charity event, smaller, quieter. I stumble slightly on the steps. His hand closes around my wrist. The contact is electric. I freeze. He does too. Sorry, he says immediately. I didn't mean... It's fine, I whisper, and it's not. Because his touch feels intentional, in a way Caleb's never has. Because my body responds before my heart can stop it. Because for the first time in weeks, I feel seen instead of used. I pull my hand away and leave quickly, heart pounding. That night I dream of him, not gentle, not kind, just hands, heat, control. I wake up soaked, ashamed, and aching. The next time we're alone, it's deliberate. His place is quiet, minimal, clean. I tell myself I'm just stopping by to talk. We don't talk for long. When he kisses me, it's slow, measured, like he's waiting for me to say, stop. I don't. I tug him closer instead, desperate and reckless and shaking. He pulls back immediately. Isla, he says, if this happens, it happens because you want it, not because you're hurting. I swallow. I want it. He searches my face. Say it again. I want you. That's when he kisses me like it means something. The sex is explicit, raw, consuming. He doesn't rush me, doesn't hide me, doesn't turn off the lights. He watches me fall apart under his hands and tells me to look at him while I do. I cry when I come, body shaking because it's the first time I haven't felt invisible while being touched. After, he holds me like something precious. I should feel safe. Instead, I feel terrified. Because Caleb will find out, and when he does, he won't lose gracefully. Caleb finds out on a Thursday. I know before he ever says a word, because my phone lights up and my body reacts like it used to. Tight, braced, prepared to minimize myself. We need to talk. No greeting, no softness. I don't answer. An hour later, he's outside my apartment. I don't invite him in. He comes in anyway. He looks different. Eyes sharp, jaw clenched, energy coiled and dangerous. Not the charming air, not the boy who once kissed me behind the library. This is the man who believes I belong to him because I once loved him quietly. You slept with him, he says. It isn't a question. I cross my arms to stop my hands from shaking. You don't get to ask me that. His laugh is humorless. After everything I gave you, my chest tightens. You hid me. I protected you. You erased me. He steps closer, too close. You think Emerson Langford is going to save you? I don't need saving. That's when he snaps. He grabs my arm, not hard at first, but possessive, claiming, the way he always touched me when he wanted reassurance that I was still there. Let go, I say. You don't get to throw me away after 3 years like I meant nothing. I yank my arm free. You already did. The words land. Something ugly flashes across his face. He shoves me. Not enough to send me flying, but enough to knock me back into the wall. Enough to remind me of the street, of the way he chose Juliet's body over mine without hesitation. Caleb, a voice snaps. Emerson. He's at the door, posture rigid, eyes dark, with something I've never seen before, anger stripped of restraint. Get away from her, he says. Caleb turns, laughing harshly. Oh, this is rich! Emerson doesn't argue. He steps between us, broad and unyielding. Caleb swings first, wild, furious, fueled by entitlement. The fight is brutal and fast. A crash of bodies, a sharp sound as something breaks. Breath knocked out of lungs, pain real and unfiltered. I scream for them to stop. They don't. Until Emerson lands a final blow that sends Caleb stumbling back, stunned, not broken, but exposed. Emerson doesn't pursue him. He stands there, chest heaving, blood at his lip, eyes never leaving Caleb's face. You don't touch her again, he says quietly. Ever. Caleb looks at me then. Really looks. For the first time, I don't soften. I don't reach for him. I don't explain. I say nothing. That silence finally does what love never could. He leaves. Later, after the police statement, after the shaking stops, Emerson sits across from me on the couch. I should have come sooner, he says. You came when it mattered. He studies my face like he's memorizing it. You don't owe me anything. I nod. I know. There's no rush, no claiming, no pressure, just the quiet understanding that I am no longer hidden. That night, when I'm alone, I take off the bracelet for the last time. I don't throw it. I place it in the trash. Weeks later, I see Juliet at a charity luncheon. She looks smaller somehow. I didn't know, she says. Not everything. I know, I reply, and I mean it. I don't end the story with a kiss. I end it standing in the sunlight, Emerson beside me, my hand in his. Not claimed, not owned, chosen. Out loud, with nothing hidden.